Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Shamak with the Great Millstone Cleveland branch. I want to start off by, of course, giving our honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to everybody tuning in, listening, and learning, getting this edification from several brothers doing this ministry from the four corners of the earth, risking their life and freedom to do so. Shalom. And just to get right into it, as you can see from that video, it's a short video that's on my channel dealing with what appears to be a tanker shooting rounds at a UFO, which is an unidentified object, unidentified flying object, which like Apostle Gabar has quoted them to be IFOs, which is identified flying objects, because we have identified through the scriptures who those objects are driven by and who they belong to. And I'm not sure exactly how accurate that video is. It could be just CGI, some type of AI machine, trying to I don't know what's the word for it, visualize something like that on the internet, or it can be an actual video, but the point being, that's what's coming. We getting ready to see an all-out war between Yahushua and his angels and the men of the earth, the powers of the earth, and their forces. But we're going to start off with this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 7. It says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels." So the dragon, being, all of the powers of NATO and the EU, but the Lord is going to prevail. This is and the dragon fought and his angels. His angels meaning all of his soldiers, all of the tankers, all of the men skillful and fighter jets and helicopters and foot soldiers. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. And we're going to start at verse 1. "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." Right, because the Lord is going to put fear in the earth. Nobody is going to be able to stand before the Lord and not fear. It says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. People going to melt away. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Right, so it's going to be gathered an innumerable amount of people from all the different nations that's going to try to take Yahushua down. Verse 6, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven." When it's talking about the hill, it's talking about his vehicle, the fathership, the biggest so-called UFO that these people was getting ready to see. And I could not, right? So he couldn't even see where this vehicle came from, because the vehicle was so big. "And after this I beheld, and lo, All they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet there's fight, because he's going to put his spirit on them to fight him, even when they scared. Even while they going to be extremely scared, they ain't never seen that type of power. And they ain't never went up against this type of power. You're going to have a space force going up against them. You're going to have all type of different things, shooting missiles at them. And as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, right, he saw all of them shooting bullets, shooting rounds, shooting missiles, trying to crash into him, whatever they can possibly do to take him down. People gonna be operating as suicide bombers to try to take him down. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword. He ain't even hold no weapon or do no type of well, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, nor any instrument of war, right? He ain't gonna do anything, man. He's not gonna lift up his hand. It made me think about Marvel movies. When you see somebody lift up their hand, they about to lift up a rock and crush you, or lift up their hand to cast thunder upon you, like Storm from the X-Men. He didn't even do that. It says nor any instrument of war. He ain't cast no sword upon him. He ain't cast a sickle upon him. It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. And when it's talking about his mouth, and the verse is dealing with his chariot. Out of the mouth of the chariot, meaning out of the center of the chariot, or wherever the chariot blast is going to come out of. It says, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So you're gonna have a chariot shooting out laser beams, concentrated fire from the mouths of the chariots. It's the spiritual vehicles of the Lord. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, right? And those beams is going to crash upon these people with extreme heat, which was like you got movies that showcase this. Planet invasion. So-called alien invasions on the planet, which was prepared to fight and burnt them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. Damn, Lord ain't gonna leave them nothing to be perceived. Whatever it looked like beforehand, it's not gonna look like that anymore. But only dust and smell of smoke. Wait. I saw this. When I saw this, I was afraid, right? So the Lord ain't gonna leave him nothing but as dust and smoke. Afterward, I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him and other peaceable multitude. And I'm gonna jump down, but that's dealing with the elect, because the scripture say the Lord is gonna deliver up his elect. Let me go down to verse. I'm jumping to verse 30. Th- 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Right. They shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. This salvation is going to be the strangest salvation that the Lord has ever saved people. All right. It's going to be greater than the Egyptian deliverance. It's going to be greater than any deliverance throughout history. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, right? Because when he comes, everybody's going to be astonished. Everybody's going to be shocked. Everybody's going to be surprised. It's going to be a mouth-dropping event. It's going to be a mouth-dropping prophecy. Everybody going to be confused at the presence of the Lord. They ain't going to know what to do. They're going to be trying to call his name and everything. Verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, right? You're going to have wars. One people against another, and one realm against another. You're going to have wars even to the point of Yahushua warring with this realm. The Lord's realm coming to fight with this realm. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I shew thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending, right? The son of man, the son of Yahweh. Yahushua. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. Everybody gonna be shooting at each other. The nation ones, like we just read, nation against nation, people against people. Everybody's gonna stop the fight that they have once against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together. All of the people, all of the soldiers, all of the fighter jets, all of the tanks, Chinese tanks, Russian tanks, American fighter jets, right? American drones. Japanese tanks. It says, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together. This is what it's talking about. What it say? The dragon and his angels fought against Michael and his angels. As thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion. I mean, he's going to stand upon his chariot. He ain't going to be fazed, man. As Zion shall, and Zion shall come and shall be shewed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions, right? Inventions, all his devices. The Lord is going to rebuke it. A F1, what's a F-50 fighter jet or wherever it's called? That's an invention. That's a device. A tank, that's a device. A missile and a drone, and you know, all of those things are inventions and devices, man. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. Right, they gonna be falling into that fire. The Lord's gonna rebuke it with his chariots and with his angels. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor, by the law which is like unto fire. This is a prophecy that he's going to be destroyed. The Lord is going to destroy him with prophecy. Now, I'm going to close out with this. Daniel chapter 7, verse 26. But the judgment shall sit. Right? Prophecy is going to be fulfilled eventually. And they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. Esau's whole dominion is going to be taken away and consumed. America is going to be destroyed, consumed, obliterated, pulverized. And the kingdom and dominion and greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Right, so the Lord at the end is going to get the victory. It's for prophecy's sake. So that's going to be the outcome of this battle. The Lord is going to come out on top and wear the crowns. But Lord's one that's edifying to an elect member. Thwadi Yahweh Shem Shah, forgive me the spirit of this lesson. To that, someone say Shalom, Corn Charlotte. Shalom.